Here with this review of Ice Age 4, our very own Lights Camera Jackson.
How are you?
Good.
So the Ice Age franchise, one of the most successful animated franchises of all time, but sadly Continental Drift, the latest in the series, is the worst of the bunch with the weakest story and the fewest amount of laughs. It's time to declare this franchise extinct. Continental Drift begins badly with a scene that was released as a short called Scrat's Continental Crack-Up way back in December 2010. In it, we learn that it was Scrat's eagerness to get his hands on an acorn that caused the land on Earth to separate from all the continents. It's a cute concept and the animation is fine, but it's so old that you don't laugh at any of the gags. And this sets the stage for more disappointments to come. The breakup of the land causes a panic among the Ice Age characters. Manny, again voiced by Ray Romano, and Ellie, Queen Latifah, had a daughter in Ice Age 3. Now Peaches has grown into a teenager. She wants to start hanging out with her friends and dating boys, but Manny's an overprotective father and won't allow it. So Peaches gets mad, telling him, "I wish you weren't my dad." Then Manny is stunned and hurt, but Ellie lends some words of advice. If this sounds like a boring and predictable sitcom plot, that's because it is. The Continental shakeup causes Manny to become separated from the rest of his family. He ends up on an iceberg with old pals Diego, Dennis Leary, and Sid, John Leguizamo, and Sid's granny, who's thrown in simply to make wisecracks. The group meets a group of, drumroll please, prehistoric pirates, who Manny and company have to defeat before they can reunite with their families and friends.
All right, Jackson, this is the fourth chapter in this series. You kind of alluded to it earlier. Did we need an Ice Age 4?
Now that I've seen it, I gotta say no. I mean, this is the perfect example of what happens when a studio makes one too many sequels. The script wasn't worthy of a feature-length film. It's a poor storyline with no clever situations and dull new characters. I mean, this movie has nothing to say and it just isn't that much fun.
You talked about the new characters. Many fans know the regular characters,
Right.
but there are a lot of new ones, right?
And there are way too many of them, and not a single one is interesting. And they include Jennifer Lopez as Diego's love interest, and the very unfunny Granny voiced by Wanda Sykes. I mean, compare this to Madagascar 3. They had only four main new characters, and they're all well written, they're smart, they're funny, and they have some heart and depth to them. And making the villains here pirates shows no imagination whatsoever.
The one thing it looks like they still did well, though, we're looking at the clips here, the
Right.
animation looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I mean, Blue Sky Studios is one of the best in the business to make great-looking animated films. The new Scrat vignettes are still kind of fun, but there are only a couple of laugh-out-loud funny moments in the entire film.
Now, it's an animated film, but a lot of the good ones these days, they appeal to both kids and parents.
Right.
Does this one accomplish that?
It's appropriate for kids 8 and up. Little kids might enjoy all the action scenes. I just found there were too many of them. But the wild pace will simply frustrate anyone over 10. However, everyone should enjoy the all-new Simpsons short called The Longest Daycare. It stars Maggie Simpson. It plays before the Ice Age movie, and it has more laughs and is funnier and clever and more creative than the entire Ice Age movie.
So something for the folks to go see, even if it's not in the movie.
Right.
Jackson, what's the grade here?
On the official LCJ report card, Ice Age Continental Drift gets a C, sadly the worst animated film of the year so far.
All right, I know you saw another movie this week. Did you like that one a little bit
Yeah,
better?
it's called Ballin' at the Graveyard, and it's a documentary about inner-city playground basketball, and I did like it. It was actually shot in the Albany, New York area, and so far it's only being shown in Albany, but will hopefully get a wider release soon. So check out Ballin' at the Graveyard.